Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. So in this gold guide, informational guide, I'm going to show you guys how to make your first 10,000 gold or maybe even another 10,000 gold on top of whatever you have. So this method, I do not have a gold per hour just because the simple fact I feel it's very hard to put gold per hour on something when prices are different from different realms and things like that. Different servers. So what I'm doing is I'm going to discuss everything that I did to make my first 10,000 gold on my character. My character is a 91 monk, so it isn't even a max character. You can do this with a level 70, a level 80, anything like that. I'll show you the farming spot that I kind of started to do, and then I'll explain to you how you could take this farming spot and make it into anything, anywhere that you want to do on your character. So let me show you the gold and let me show you the items that I have. So as you can see, after that goes away, I have 8.5 thousand gold. Now that's not 10,000 gold, right? But I just did some investments on the auction house right before I made this video. There were some items that were selling for very cheap that I wanted to pick up so I could resell later down the line, so I can make some extra GP off that. So it's not 10,000, but I promise you I just had 10,000 about 30 minutes ago before I wanted to make this video and show you, hey, you know, this is actually a really profitable way to make some money. Now, the way that I'm making this money is I'm grinding out some green transmog gear that is a very low level. As you can see in my bags, I have a lot of green transmogs. Now, the problem, I'll start with the problem instead of the pros real quick. The problem with transmog gear is it does take a while to sell. These different items, such as, let's say these Bloodlust gear, is very high in price, but it will take you maybe a couple weeks to sell. Vanguard takes you a couple weeks, if not a month, to sell this item. But when you do sell this item is very valuable. On my, actually I'll show you guys right now. The current price of Vanguard on my server is about 20,000 gold, and those actually do sell for about 15. So those are a little high price. Sometimes you can put it in there, and if you're the only one selling it, sometimes you can get that sold, but usually those sell for about 15,000. So how did I get this gear, and why am I getting this gear? What I'm doing with this stuff is I'm grinding out low level things. Now, it doesn't matter what you're grinding. I think the biggest concept for an informational guide like this is to give you the idea of what you can do for something that you like. Now, I'm one of those players that really love the drop. I love to be killing a monster over and over and over, maybe killing it for an hour, and then all of a sudden I get that one drop that just made that whole hour complete. Some players like consistency. Some players like to find something that you can kill over and over and over and consistently get drops so you know exactly how much you're making. There's a lot of different aspects to do when you guys can go ahead and go into start farming gold or farming items. The route that I went was I'd rather kill 2,000 monsters and get 5 drops rather than getting 2,000 monsters and getting 1,500 mini drops. So as you can see, these transmog items that I have are very expensive here. The wrist items don't sell for much usually, but when you do check the auction house, how you want to do this is, let's say I'm going to price check some of these items. Let's say I price check this helm. This helm's probably about 100 gold. As you can see now, it's not very much, right? A couple days ago, it was about 100 gold selling. Now the item has dropped. Now you can choose. This is the great thing about this, is you can choose to put this helmet in there and undercut by a little bit and make that gold real quick. It's not going to be 100 gold, but it's going to be pretty close. Now let's say you put this this chest plate in. I'm not sure how much this chest plate's going right now, so it's 100 gold. So as you can see, some of these transmog items aren't worth a lot of money. But if you put in some Bloodless Shoulders, they're 1,000 gold. If you put in the Vanguard chestplate, it's around 15,000 gold. If you throw in this this robe, how much is this robe? Maybe 1,000. Let's put in these legs. I'm not sure how much these legs are. There's none in there, so I'll do a little bit more research. What I do is when I do this research, I take away of the whatever it is, and then I search and kind of see what the price is going, because it is a transmog item. I'm not worried about of the power, of the strength, whatever it is. It can vary from I go low end 276, so maybe I can make maybe 200 gold. What I like to do when I price these items out is I like to get as many items as I can, and I like to sell them for a lot lower instead of holding on to them. There's two different ways to do this though. The one way is to hold on to the item and get as much money as you can. And that's why I'm doing this on a low level tune. I'm doing it on a 91 monk that I'm not playing a lot. I go and I do about an hour run a day, maybe 2 hours if I'm feeling if I'm enjoying it and having some fun, because when you get those drops, it's super legit, and it's like, all right, let's do some more. So you could either hold out on a tune like this, that doesn't matter if you have a bunch of bag space because you're just filling it up. And then when you go play your main, you can have all the stuff just selling in the auction house for maximum profit. Or you can cut the price in half sometimes just to get a quick profit, because when it's dropped in half, doesn't mean it's going to sell, but it means that it's going to sell a lot faster. So that said, let me show you guys my farming spot and what I like to do, and then I'll give you guys a few more tips on what you can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly down here to Silithis. I apologize if I didn't say that right, but I'm going to fly down here, and then I'm going to show you guys my farm spots. Alright guys, so now that I'm here, what I want to show you guys is what I do and how I do it. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys the map. There's 3 different farm spots. You'll land here, you'll go fly to the first one, fly to the second one, fly to the third one, and make a triangle, just rinse and repeating. Now, why I do this is because if I just stay at one farm spot, then if the respawn rate is really slow. Also, these stone callers, these are the guys that I really want to farm. I want to farm everything, but these guys have a higher drop rate to drop some of the gear that I'm looking for, such as the Vanguard leg plates and things like that. So just because I'm going to take you through just a quick little run, I'm not going to kill everything here. I'm just want to show you guys how I do it. So I pull those mobs and I loot the rune. And these items right here, these green ones, they don't do much. You can also loot these grays for raw gold. They're like a gold a piece. They're not bad. But then what I do is I come over here and I farm the rest of these guys. I pick them all up and I kill them off and so on. Now what I'll do is I'll show you guys the last camp over here. What I'll do is I'll fly over here and I'll show you guys when I get here. So currently I went to the last spot, and this is probably the best spot because it just has the most guys around here. But as you can see, a lot of these guys are dead. There's another 100 farming here, but a lot of times you won't get people staying here for very long because they can't they don't have the patience to be farming for a long time. So a lot of times when you get a level 100 coming here and farming, it's probably just for maybe 15 minutes and then they go off and do their thing. So what I like to do is I like to do the same thing, come here, gather up all the guys, and then I'll start on the far right side over here, and then I'll pick up any of these guys over here. There's also some masters over here that I can pick up, and once I pick them all up, I AoE them down, I loot them up, and then I just go all the way around the area here, all the way until I get back into this area. Then I start in the beginning. But let me show you guys another spot that I like to farm that's in the same zone. So here I am at AQ. Now this is probably one of the coolest farming spots for raids that I like because I can just rinse and repeat over and over and over. Now, a lot of people, when they do this this raid, as you can see, this guy, I don't know if he's going to go do it or what. I don't think he can. But the cool thing about this farming spot is this is where you get the Vanguard breastplate, which is worth like 15,000 gold. The other mobs that I was killing, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the Vanguard leg plates, which are really, really, really rare drop, but it's worth about 50,000 gold, if not more, sometimes on my server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I like to do this. I'll fast forward it, and then I'll get to the spot that's most important that a lot of people miss. Okay guys, so this is where I wanted to get at into the dungeon, or into the raid dungeon. This is the most important part to this raid. It's these little worms. Now, when you first kill these worms, a lot of times you'll see they drop no loot. Let's say I kill this one. It doesn't show any loot. And a lot of people are like, oh, so these guys don't drop anything, so they skip them. Completely wrong. These guys are the highest percentage of dropping the Vanguard breastplate, and that's a majority of the reason that we're in here trying to farm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear off these packs real quick just to show you guys that they do drop loot, and not expecting to get any loot, just more wanting to show you. Now at the beginning of the clip you probably saw me pull the first boss on accident, and that happens sometimes, but the problem with that is, let's say you do kill the first boss like I did, I'm not going to be, this instance is going to be resetting pretty soon, and I'm not worried about, I'm not going to be running these because I'm not going to be farming these. But if you do not kill any of the bosses, you can continuously reset this instance and do this instance over and over and over and over. So, I'm trying to gather up these worms here. This is the main attraction here. This is the make or break point of the dungeon. Now I did get one item, and I'll show you guys how much that is at the end of the video. But these are the make or break right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this, and there's another room over there. But we're going to kill this, and don't expect to get anything even on this run. I'm not expecting to get any drops. But if you do, it's always a bonus. Which I get some legs, and those aren't, you know, it is what it is. But I also do have a one more shot at this over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all these, and I'll come back to you when I'm ready to kill. Okay, so I gathered all these up. There's also another room where they have some more little guys, and I'll kill those off vid, not right now. But what I'll do is I'll kill all these, and I'll show you guys that, see if we get any loot. So this is the fun part for me. I check it out. See if I got any loot. These things you can do from some gear, some transmogs things, but it's just not for me. So I didn't get any there. What I'll do is I'll run that out and run to the beginning of the instance. But let's go ahead and discuss exactly what I was doing through the whole time, and let's price check what some of these items that I got. Who knows? They could be worth something. They might not. Okay, so we're back at the auction house, and one thing that I didn't want to mention. I got 3 items that run, which was okay. I did get a BOE blue, a weapon. So you might thinking, oh, well, that's probably going to be worth the most. Actually, this is probably going to be worth the least, maybe. Now, when you look at it, it's, you know, it's kind of a cool looking thing, I guess, right? But the next expansion, the Legion, all the weapons are going to look amazing. Now, I haven't heard any artifact gear, but I have heard about artifact weapons, so the weapons probably aren't going to be as much. Now, what we'll do is let's price check the Needler. 46 gold. See, it's not very much. Let's price check these legs. Legs are usually decent price. So for 96. Now this is what I'm excited for. I'm excited about this name. Glorious, Vanguard, Bloodlust, those are really good names. I like those names. Now, will it be worth anything? Who knows? We'll see. So, there's none in the auction. That could be a good thing. What I want to do is I want to test this. So, as you can see, this head right here is 5.9 and 6.9. Now, will it sell for that? Who knows? I'll undercut it. I'll probably put it at 4,000 just because I'm wanting to move it right now. So, maybe I made 4,000 gold that run. Maybe not. You saw how fast it was. That's what the point I wanted to prove in this video, which it's amazing that it happened, is sometimes you hit it big, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're grinding for 2 hours and don't get anything, and then all of a sudden one item makes up for 5 hours worth of grinding. It's just a fun method that I love, and hopefully a lot of this information helped you guys out on how to make your first 10,000 gold. It's not an easy process. It does take a long time to sell, especially for transmog things. Raw materials such as cloth and things are more consistent, but sometimes risk and reward just blows it out of the water. How long will this stuff take to sell? Maybe months, but in months period, I'm going to be getting more transmogs. I'm going to be putting more up there. Let's say there's like 2 of these up here right now. Am I going to put my helmet up there? I'm not going to put my helmet up there right now just because there's 2 items up there. I'm going to wait till these items go off the market and there's maybe 1 or none. That's when I'm going to throw my helmet up. Because if all of a sudden there's like 5 helmets up there for 5,000 gold each, people are going to be like, man, is this easier to get? And maybe they don't buy it. So it is what it is. Alright guys, long video. Hopefully it helped you guys out. Subscribe, like, do whatever you guys got to do. Like I said, I didn't want to put a GP or gold per hour. It wasn't something that I wanted to do on a video like this. I wanted to give you more of a informational on what you can do, because this can work with anything. You can go grind a lot of different stuff. I'm going to be grinding out another spot that I just found that someone just made a video on, and I'm very curious about this spot, and maybe I'll make a video review on this spot. It's pretty cool, so we'll see what happens though. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys soon.